So I'm gonna try to get the video making out of the way because I don't really know how I'm gonna feel tomorrow or the day after. And if I'm gonna try and do this, if I'm gonna try to be a content person, I'm gonna have to really kind of just pick and choose when I can do this and just do it like that, take it day by day. So one of the things that I learned is that, like, when gang stalkers do stuff, I don't want to go as far as to say they're using witchcraft or something, but there's almost like they're transmitting some sort of evil or negativity to you when they do stuff, like in their actions. And like when you pay attention to it, it's more effective. Like it has more of a grip on you. So like, I didn't really talk about this, but I don't really know how witchcraft works. But it's like when you notice how like they do things like with their lights and everything, it's almost like they're transmitting evil to you with their actions or something. Like, if that makes any sense. Like, and when you pay attention to them, you amplify it or something along those lines. Like, and I kind of noticed that, like, depending on like where you're at spiritually would depend on how effective it is. So, and like how you respond to it. So like they do stuff all the time. And when they think that it affects me, or it, like, they're transmitting their wickedness, their evil or something, when they think that's effective, they're more aggressive. So like, but they're always doing stuff. So like, when I make content, it in a lot of ways helps them because they're able, like I mentioned, the attention part, they're able to utilize this somehow. It's really fascinating. I mean, okay, so like I was a pretty practical Christian. Like I wasn't a type of person that believed in, like, or got involved in, like, magic or all this other stuff. Like, like, I wasn't really into any of that. Like, I was just a faithful Christian. I like to believe that I was just a simple faithful Christian. But ever since I came out here, it's almost like there was just like this whole other part to that, the Christianity, that I never experienced as a child, or anything, like I was a Christian my whole life. I mean, I was more serious about it at certain points in life. But when I came out here, it's like these people tapped into like this darker element of it. Like they were like, we know how to do these evil things with demonic, entities or something. Like they opened up this whole new door that a lot of people probably aren't aware exists. So like when a targeted community was coming up with theories, I used to say, well, I mean, if you think about it, we were taught about stuff like this kind of indirectly our entire lives, and now that it's happening, you just completely rejected the possibility that this is what it is. I never understood that because almost so many of the people were brought up in the church, and now that we have concrete evidence that the stuff that we heard about, the principalities and the demon possessions, all this stuff is real, everybody is coming up with these other explanations for it. Nobody was basically saying, oh yeah, all the stuff we learned was true, and now we have proof of that. No one wanted to admit that. Now, can I go as far as to say that I'm 100% sure they're using witchcraft instead of psychology? I can't say that. I'm just saying that there's credible evidence now that is at least a possibility. I mean, you can't really completely rule it out. So, yeah, I mean, so what they do, so when they do things, like when you notice that they have lights on and stuff, you'd wonder why the hell would anybody do that? I'm saying that it's part of whatever witchcraft they're using, or spell casting or sorcery or whatever it is. Because when they do that, it's like they're transmitting evil somehow through their actions. Like, it's like if you were to create a rune or something, and that there's something connected to that or something. I don't know how it works, but the consensus, I think the consensus should be that these people are involved in witchcraft. We never learned witchcraft, so we have no idea how it works. I have no idea how witchcraft works, but I'm saying that they do these things for a reason. That's why they're blinking lights and following you and whispering, and they're doing these things. There is a reason for why they're doing it. That makes sense. And I've proven that the people do these things. I've proven they do them. And I think we need to ask why they're doing them. So going back to the point I want to make. Okay, so if I'm responding to them, if I'm making a video and they are using the fact that I'm making a video to transmit evil into my direction, to compromise me spiritually through witchcraft, I shouldn't make videos. So that is kind of that's the point I want to make. So here's the thing. I have to figure out how to responsibly handle this, because I've never studied any of this evil. I've never studied that. I've never read the book of the devil. I didn't do any of that. So they have upper hand because they know what they're doing, and I have no idea what they're doing. I just know the Bible. But let me be clear. The Bible has allowed me to overcome it, so I didn't need to learn all this stuff. But I'm just saying I'm not going to give them the upper hand out of ignorance. So I'm not going to poke the dragon. You know what I mean? So I would just be thankful that God got me through that and not want to do anything that could mess that up, if that makes sense. So yeah, I just wanted to go ahead and mention that, and I'll allow you guys to, figure all this out for yourselves. Just saying, I just wanted to put that out there. With that said, let me go ahead and close.